Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chrisley knows best. Savannah Chrisley talks challenging home life with parents after their prison pardon. Chrisley knows best. Alum Savannah Chrisley admitted to living with Todd and Julie with utmost difficulty since they were newly released from prison. She revealed the real struggles of adjustment after only having her siblings and nanny Faye with her for 2 years. She has been open about her life from the very beginning of her reality TV career. Savannah had her parents reunite after 28 months of them rotting behind bars. She has trusted Trump and his officials for the justice brought to her family. She has done the impossible and is now poised to make history in Congress. The fitness queen is expected to join Dancing with the Stars' 34th season, alongside Taylor Lautner. But the biggest success she has seen is becoming an executive producer with Chase for their upcoming Lifetime show. Chrisley knows best. Savannah speaks out to protect her sanity. Savannah Chrisley won't let anyone crumble her peaceful life with their insensitive words. She voiced her concerns about receiving inappropriate messages from strangers on her Instagram DM. One message she received after Julie and Todd's homecoming was unfairly calling her a mega pig out of nowhere. She described such people as vile, who can only be cruel to others. Savannah was even asked to miscarry, though that makes no sense since she never revealed her pregnancy. The reality star bravely exposed the person with a screenshot on stories. The person also thought that she had no work left to do, so her life must be crazy. Nothing could stop her from accomplishing her goals despite the harsh comments. Chrisley knows best. Savannah says living with parents scared her. Savannah Chrisley had a tough time sharing the same roof with Julie and Todd after their prison sentence was over abruptly. Starting from 2023, she advocated for their freedom and became a legal guardian to minors Grayson and Chloe. The future was unknown to her, as she told listeners of her latest Unlocked podcast episode. Savannah's life underwent a significant change after Todd and Julie began cohabiting with her and her siblings. She said that she didn't get time to prepare herself for the challenges. Yet, she revealed she loved her time spent with them. A year ago, she would have pleaded for it, but it turned overwhelming at once. Savannah stayed away from her parents' family house for 11 to 12 years. So, the living situation prompted her to switch her lifestyle. She shared that at 28 years old, she faced restrictions from her dad. Todd, the former USA Network star, disapproved of her drinking habits, which mostly involved wine or cocktails. Once, he threw her alcohol bottles, knowing she could again purchase them anytime. Savannah stood on her feet early to pay her bills and fulfill her duties. As a grown-up adult, she was entangled in various disagreements with Todd and Julie. But the social media influencer expressed her gratitude for God, putting her to the test of how much she can handle money and in her relationships, responsibly. For latest Chrisley's updates, stay tuned to TV season and spoilers. Chrisley knows best. Savannah Chrisley talks challenging home life with parents after their prison pardon. When news broke that Todd and Julie Chrisley had been granted a full presidential pardon after serving more than a year of their sentences, the reality TV world erupted with disbelief, relief, and curiosity. America's favorite Southern family, once defined by their glamorous lifestyle and witty banter, was now forced to reckon with a new reality, life after scandal. Savannah Chrisley, the family's outspoken daughter and unofficial spokesperson during her parents' incarceration, has become the central voice in narrating the Chrisleys' second chance. While fans might expect her to celebrate unconditionally, Savannah has instead chosen to reveal the raw truth about the challenges of bringing her parents home after the most turbulent chapter of their lives. Redemption is beautiful, Savannah shared in an emotional interview. But it's also messy. People think once mom and dad came home, everything snapped back to normal. The truth? Our family doesn't look the same as it did before prison. And maybe it never will. A return to Nashville, but not to normal. When Todd and Julie walked back into their Nashville mansion, cameras weren't rolling, but emotions were high. Savannah had spent months campaigning for their release, advocating on podcasts, social media, and in sit-downs with news outlets. Now, she faced the reality of helping her parents adjust to freedom. Her first confession shocked fans. Dad struggles with trust. He doesn't know how to just walk into a room without wondering if someone's watching or judging. Prison changes you. It changes how you see people. Julie, on the other hand, has leaned into healing quietly, focusing on family dinners, cooking again, and long evenings of prayer. But Savannah admits that her mother's calm presence masks private battles. She's grateful, but she's also carrying scars. She's more fragile than before. We're all learning how to support her. Shifting family roles. During her parents' absence, Savannah became the guardian of her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe. She shouldered responsibilities that once belonged to Todd and Julie, balancing school runs, bills, and emotional breakdowns in a home that suddenly felt too quiet. Now that Mom and Dad are back, you'd think I'd hand everything back to them. But it doesn't work that way, Savannah explained. Grayson looks at me like a parent. Chloe runs to me before anyone else. I can't just undo the bond we built during those months. Todd, famous for his controlling personality on Chrisley Knows Best, has found it difficult to accept Savannah's independence. In one candid moment, she recalled an argument over finances. He tried to take over like nothing happened. I had to remind him, I kept this family afloat while you were gone. That's not disrespect. Power struggle between father and daughter has added new layers to the Chrisley's story, one that viewers never saw on television. Fame, forgiveness, and the public eye. While some fans celebrated the pardon as justice, others weren't so forgiving. Social media buzzed with mixed reactions. Hashtags of #ChrleyStrong trended alongside criticisms that the family got off easy. Savannah has felt the sting of that backlash firsthand. When I walk into a grocery store, half the people hug me. The other half whisper like I can't hear. I live in this middle ground where I have to keep defending our right to move on. Her strategy? Radical transparency. Instead of hiding, Savannah has leaned into podcasts, Instagram lives, and public speaking opportunities to address criticism head-on. I'd rather people hear our flaws from me than make up their own versions. We're not perfect. We never claim to be. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to do better. Rebuilding faith and family. One of the biggest changes post-pardon is how faith has become the family's anchor. Julie has started a women's Bible study in her living room, something Savannah says has been transformative. It's small, just 5 or 6 women. But it's the first time I've seen Mom light up in months. She feels like she has purpose again. Todd, never shy about his opinions, has turned to journaling and mentoring young men who've faced incarceration. He'll sit at the kitchen table writing for hours, Savannah said. Sometimes it's sermons, sometimes it's letters to people still inside. He wants to prove his voice can be used for more than reality TV. But for Savannah, faith has been both a comfort and a challenge. There were nights I questioned everything, she admitted. I wondered if God even cared about us. Now, I'm in this place where I see how suffering gave us strength. It doesn't mean I understand it, but I can at least respect it. Adjusting to the cameras again. Rumors are swirling that Chrisley Knows Best might make a comeback, possibly in the form of a docuseries focusing on redemption and second chances. Savannah, however, is cautious about jumping back into the spotlight. TV made us famous, but it also put a target on our backs, she said. If we come back, it has to be real. No more stage drama. People have already seen us at rock bottom. They deserve the truth. Insiders say the family is in talks with multiple networks, with Lifetime and Netflix both expressing interest. But for now, the Chrisleys are taking it day by day, adjusting to late-night family talks and Sunday dinners instead of camera crews. The weight of being Savannah. Perhaps the most striking part of Savannah's reflections is how much she's changed personally. No longer just the glamorous daughter with witty one-liners, she now carries the voice of a survivor. Sometimes I miss who I was before all this, she confessed. I was carefree. I loved fashion, makeup, and just being silly. Now I'm the serious one, the responsible one, the fighter. It's exhausting. But maybe that's who I was meant to be. Still, Savannah hasn't lost her spark. She's launching a new business line centered on beauty and wellness, something she hopes will remind fans, and herself, that she's more than just her family's spokesperson. I want to build something that reflects strength, resilience, and joy. Because joy is something we're still chasing. A new chapter. The Chrisley's story is far from over. With Todd and Julie home, Savannah balancing her role as both daughter and caretaker, and the younger siblings adjusting to a new normal, the family stands at a crossroads. Redemption isn't a straight line, Savannah concluded. It's ups and downs, forgiveness and frustration. But if there's one thing we've learned, it's that love doesn't disappear when life gets messy. Love is what carries you through. And with that, Savannah Chrisley proved once again why fans remain captivated by her voice. Not because it's polished, but because it's painfully, beautifully real.